Hello and welcome to Lone Giraffe Wrestling. I am Harry Anderson, the Lone Giraffe, and in this video we shall be exploring the top 5 unique match types that I want to see in All Elite Wrestling's upcoming video game. AEW has had many excellent matches since its inception, but as well as the classic 1v1 and tag team battles, the promotion has also featured some of the craziest and unique match types I've ever seen. And it's these unique types of matches that this list is all about. The following list is simply my opinion, and if you hate it, well...
Darling, you keep your mouth shut. I'm not taking you home, no matter what you say.
So without any further ado, here are the top 5 match types I want to see in AEW's upcoming video game. Number 1. Blood and Guts. First on this list is the match that actually inspired this video, and that's none other than the recent and highly anticipated brutal match that is Blood and Guts. Whilst the name Blood and Guts is unique to AEW, this match type has been around since the American Dream himself Dusty Rhodes invented it in the NWA in 1987. However, Blood and Guts has made the list as although WWE's NXT is constantly sporting the War Games match,
War Games!
It has never been implemented into one of their games, meaning it would be an extra big deal if AEW managed to incorporate it into theirs first. And with the recent build-up and importance that was put on the recent Blood and Guts match between the Pinnacle and Inner Circle, I think it'll be a likely feature we can expect. The basic breakdown of a Blood and Guts match is that it pits 2 teams against each other in 2 rings surrounded by a large steel cage. This match would also be excellent as AEW has not yet had a Hell in the Cell style of match, and Blood and Guts should fill that gap nicely. To have the chance to have a large-scale team-based match where you can violently launch your opponents into the massive steel cage would be a perfect fit for an AEW game, especially when you consider the amount of factions there is in the promotion. Number 2. The Mimosa Mayhem match. This won't be the last match that came from the crazy mind of Chris Jericho, but possibly one of the strangest. The Mimosa Mayhem match is basically a match where on either side of the ring are 2 large tubs filled with mimosa, which is a mixture of champagne and orange juice. And in order to win the match, the winner has to simply throw their opponent into it. This match was created for the Chris Jericho and Orange Cassidy rivalry that resulted in the Mimosa Mayhem match at the pay-per-view All Out. The closest thing to a match like this we have ever had the chance to play in a video game is the Buried Alive matches that have appeared in numerous WWE games of old. But really this match is a very unique one, and although the only use that really makes sense is the match between Jericho and Cassidy, the type of tension and amazing moments and finishes that could come from a competitive match like this in a video game makes this game mode a must-have in my opinion, let alone the fact that without this match type you would never be able to properly relive this epic rivalry. Number 3. The explosive barbed wire death match. Before getting all worked up on whether or not you like this match because of its lackluster ending at Revolution,
No! Kicks it! Oh my God!
it's important to remember the excitement and promise that surrounded it, as adding this match to the upcoming AEW game would give it the potential for being the best violent hardcore game mode of all time. The reason for this being the explosive barbed wire death match is a match where there are no rules. The ring's ropes are wrapped in barbed wire and rigged to explosives, and ideally there's a timer when it reaches 0, and if nobody has won the match, the ring will explode. This is the famous style of match that originated in Japan in 1990 with Onita vs Goto, and since then has actually appeared in the Fire Pro Wrestling video game series. However, AEW's Revolution is really the first time the match had been used on such a grand stage in years, when Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega battled for the AEW belt in this bloody spectacle. And a mode such as this in the video game would add so many fun ways and options to play around and brutally defeat your opponent. Obviously I would hope for a cooler explosion finish to the game, rather than the sparkle finish at Revolution, but the amount of replayable fun that an explosive barbed wire deathmatch would be makes it a must-have feature for the game. Number 4. The dog collar match. My 4th pick for a unique match type that I'd like to see make an appearance in AEW's upcoming video game is the dog collar match. The dog collar match is another match type that has in fact been around for years in pro wrestling, with historic matches such as Greg Valentine vs Rowdy Roddy Piper. In this match type, 2 men are linked together with a chain attached to 2 dog collars around their necks, meaning they cannot escape each other. This would be a great addition to the game, as having a match where you're restricted in where you can move would add a much welcome change in pace to the rest of the game. The dog collar match is now also an important match in All Elite Wrestling's history, as it's the last match the Exalted One Brody Lee ever competed in before his tragic passing. Brody Lee and Cody Rhodes faced off in this amazing match at Dynamite, and as AEW have made a point in being respectful towards remembering Brody Lee, I'd be surprised if we don't get the chance to relive this match against friends in video game form. As well as simply being able to recreate this awesome battle, it would also be a great game mode to play around with different size wrestlers, such as being able to try and take down Lance Archer as Rey Fenix would be a great way to test out the game's physics and create some amazing moments. Number 5. The Stadium Stampede. Last on this list is probably the biggest and craziest match yet, and that is the Stadium Stampede. The Stadium Stampede was the ridiculously superb and spectacle of a match that pitted the inner circle against the elite across an entire football stadium. This took place at Double or Nothing and is one of the most memorable matches of AEW due to how crazy it was. Because of the amount of weapons, locations and OMG-like moments, what a video game representation of this mode could offer is limitless, and there is simply no valid reason anyone could not want the chance to create moments such as Northern Light suplexing Sammy Guevara across the field, smashing glasses across Jake Hager's head as Hangman Adam Page in a bar fight, or trying to drown Matt Hardy in a pool. Realistically, this match would serve as AEW's version of what we know as in WWE games a backstage brawl, and could probably work similar to how recent 2K games in the franchise have attempted it, by having a bunch of different locations linked together that you can freely move between to fight your opponent across a large area. But the big difference with the Stadium Stampede, as well as the fact that it's in a football stadium, would be the ability to have 5v5. As with the likes of the Blood and Guts match, AEW is a promotion that really focuses on having large factions and teams. Therefore, having enough variety in match types to accommodate the larger scale matches is going to be important in order to keep the game feeling fresh and replayable for years. And that's the list. If you like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see in AEW's upcoming wrestling game in the comments. Until next time, have a nice day.